welcome to this week's episode of Seeds of Gold. Today, we have told you time and again that we are on a mission to find all the farmers that have found the gold in the seed. And today we are on Kastman Farms. If the name doesn't impress you, then what they do will.
We help people to farm without land, and we have the expertise and the land. We have the pig, which is the gilt banking module, and then we have the goat banking under the goats. All that is under the farm.
Well, where there's a business, there's someone managing.
So we are the right people who can grow for your animals as you're looking for money to set up. Remember, at the end of the day, we are finding the market for you.
Our target and benefit is to set up satellite farms.
Today we meet a farmer very unique in his own way who has perceived farming very differently and has decided to bring it to the city. Mr. James Owondo has a different take on farming and how we can make the people in the city rich with it. Mr. Owondo, it's nice to have you.
Thank you very much.
All right, so you have a unique model that is working in the city. It's worked for you, it's worked with partners. So tell us more about the farm banking business model, yeah?
Yeah. Well, Chatham Farms runs a farm banking module. It's an investment module where we help people to farm without land. And even those that have land but have no time, we invest for them and be able to grow their farms. You know, so it is an investment module where people have money that want to invest, and we have the expertise and the land to do so. We come together as partners and be able to run and grow the event.
The firm operates 4 branches: Gayaza Demo Farm, Chichusa Agritourism Farm, Kangole Goat Farm, and Busia Mixed Farm. It specializes in livestock, mainly hybrid goats and pigs, poultry, local, layer and broiler birds, and mixed crop vegetables.
Under this module, for instance, under the farm banking module, we have the pig, which is the gilt banking module, and then we have the goat banking under the goats. All that is under the farm. And so what happens is, in case you want to start growing goats, you come and pay in a certain amount of money. We rear this goat for you, and at the end of the year, we give you 2 kids and that nanny goat. Now, these nanny goats that we get people to invest in are actually 87.5% hybrid, either Savannah or Boer goats. So those, that is for the goat. For the pig, it's an F3 or F2 pig that is quite hybrid, that we also breed, we follow, and we grow your piglets to slaughter or sell them at piglet level. So all that is done through a memorandum of understanding that we draw with a client.
If you thought that banking is all about cash, then you're in for a big shock.
One, our target and benefit is to set up satellite farms. There's a lot of demand for pork or pig, breeds in this country. Right now, as I speak, we've run out of pork in Kampala area, and there's a lot of demand. We cannot meet it. So we're actually setting up satellite farms. If you, Sheila, myself, Agnes, we put together different farms and we're able to breed, since we have that space and expertise, we're able to pull together resources. The same thing with the goat. Once we have different outgrowers who can be able to grow up the goat, then we can serve Uganda, we can serve Kenya, we can serve UAE, that always demands this goat meat. And even Uganda alone, the market, if I decided to supply 1 ton a week of goat meat in Kampala, then I will have to collect all goats from Uganda if I'm alone. So if we can be able to get the satellite farmers, then we can be able to, meet the demand that is available, that nobody can meet in this country single-handedly. Yeah.
So what steps would one take to get involved?
Or to get involved, one, If I use an example of the goat banking module, you come to the farm if you're interested and see what exactly you select the goat of your choice. We shall advise you whether it is a good, producing goat. Usually it is about 6 months, 7 months. Then we go ahead and sign a memoranda with you after you pay 2 million shillings. With that money that you pay takes you through the year. Okay, it is for buying the goat, is for managing the goat for a period of 15 months, which is actually our farming month, our farming period. And at that point, you will earn 30% on your investment. Now, we run this in 2 lines. We can run it either in the money line, whereby if you invest 2 million, you get 2.6 at the end of the year. That is 30% in cash. And if you want to run the goat, the physical goat, you get 2 kids and your nanny that you invested 100% guaranteed at the end of the year.
So say you've helped me set up.
Okay.
You've helped me through the year,
Yeah.
and now I have gotten my investment at the end of the year.
Yes.
Can the clients continue to take on your support? Is that another memorandum of understanding, or?
Yeah, apparently there's a module we have, but that one usually I don't charge 100% for our clients who have invested with us for the year. But we have a facility where we do farm consultancy. We come, you can consult us, we can come and visit. Right now we have a number of farmers who are consulting with us. We go and give them the basic practices, we audit their farms. Yeah, because maybe what I didn't mention, also we have satellite security systems that we use on our farms, because we have 4 farms in this country, and we monitor them. So we teach them the basic practices as well. So yes, they can keep consulting us, but once you have invested with us, we roll you out for a period of 6 months without charging you. All you have to do is get us to your farm and back, but we don't charge you any fee. But those who are coming straight away to just consult and be able to help with farm setup, we charge them a small fee, which is not more than 1.5 to be able to set up and get them running.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, where there's a business, there's someone managing. We take a short break, and when we return, we get to know more about the business and the markets.
So we try as much as to venture into different production lines. So we have this one as a production line also, where we grow different kinds of vegetables, and at the end of the day we are going to sell some off, and others will be used for consumption by the workers on the farm.
Welcome back. Now we meet Uwera Agnes, the business development manager. She's going to take us through a few things that involve the monies, right? So Agnes, nice to have you on the show.
Okay, thank you very much.
Now, James mentioned the goats and the gilt/pigs, and I'm looking at crops behind me here. Tell me about them.
Okay, what we try to do, since this is a farm, and at the end of the day, each farm should be able to sustain itself.
Yes.
So we try as much as to venture into different production lines. So we have this one as a production line also, where we grow different kinds of vegetables, and at the end of the day we are going to sell some off, and others will be used for consumption by the workers on the farm. If you look at this, we have different things here. We have the Chinese cabbage, we have the eggplant, we have tomatoes up there, we have onions, we have so many things. We have cauliflower, as you see in the side of the farm. So that's what we try to do, to have very many ventures so we can have the money coming into the farm. And this is one project that we're doing right now. Yes.
So why this model anyway? Why did you choose to go with this model?
A banking model?
Yes.
Why choose that model? You know, there are very many people in Uganda who have money and they're looking to invest, but they don't have the time. or you want to start up a farm but you don't have the money to buy the land yet, but you want to be growing your animals. So we are the right people. We can grow for your animals as you're looking for money to set up. Because let me give an example like of the gilt model. Why it's called a gilt? Because you're buying an animal that hasn't yet farrowed, a pig that has not yet had piglets. It's at its right production level. As soon as you bank on it, we are going to cross it for you, then it's going to have piglets. So these piglets, you could either opt to sell them off to breeders, or you could leave them for porkers. But you could decide to take it the same way. You have half for breeders and half for porkers. So you're making money either way. Because imagine a scenario where you have 10 piglets and you've had, let's say, 4 males and the 6 are females. So you'll have 6 into production, then you would castrate the others and sell them off to porkers. So you're making either way money at the same time. So if we're doing that for you, you just give us your money, relax at the end of the 4 months, you have your piglets, and at the end of 7 months, you're taking your pigs for slaughter. So you just have to monitor your money from your office.
I hear you. So you guarantee your clients returns at the end of the year.
Yes.
How do you make this happen?
Like, let me give you an instance with the goats. Once you invest for you, you're 100% insured. In case we have a problem, let's say the animal kids and then the kids have a problem, it's our job and our duty to replace that. For you as an investor, your money is secured. At the end of the 15 months, you'll have your goat and your nanny without any question asked. But if you're doing it yourself, all these are losses you can still come up with. But when we are doing it for you, no losses.
With this farming model, the markets are quite broad, from restaurants to home deliveries and very soon, exports.
We sell some to schools, to markets, and remember we do home deliveries. You can order with us meat, deliver it at your home with some vegetables. You don't have to go to the market. We're doing all these things for you. You have your things at your home. Then the other thing I forgot also to mention, still some of these vegetables that we grow can be given to the animals. So you're cutting down on the price of your costs. Because if anyone who is into piggery right now knows that the price for maize has been very high. That's why even the demand is high and then the supply is low. So you could do this as an alternative to supplement on their feeds, and then at the end of the day, you're cutting down on those costs. So you, like if you're growing cabbages, you could give them to your rabbits and still they're nutritious for also other animals like the pigs. So that's what we also do with these vegetables.
So your markets, are they only confined to Uganda, or do you go to our neighbors?
Kenya? We're confined to Uganda.
Okay.
The places right now we're supplying to, apart from supplying to homes, we have different schools we are giving our products to. And one thing you should remember, right now people are going away from eating meat, people are becoming vegetarians, especially those people who, I'm sorry to say this, people who are diabetic, people who have pressure, people in the old ages are trying to go for this. So this is very nutritious, and we try to supply hospitals and to supply different people at their homes. Yes. So you can always come to our farm so we can train you on how to do this. It's very simple. If you notice, we are using a very small space. But if you see these bags, you can't believe that this place has over 200. We have 200 bags. So at the end of the day, the production, the yield is going to be very high, yet the space is small. So you don't need like an acre to grow vegetables. You can just grow them in your backyard.
Okay. You mentioned the magic word, training. Yes. You do a bit of training here. Yes. Tell me more about the training.
So the kind of training we do depends on what a client is looking at. You could come, you want to train to start up a farm, we can help you with that. Or you want to go into piggery, we tell you what to do, the breeds you should look at, what you should look at when you're getting a male that is going to mate with your animals. If you're going to look at artificial insemination, where do you go, where do you get all these semens from? Same when it applies to the goats. If you want to go into goats, we show you what to do, the area you need to graze in, if you're going to go for zero grazing. Of course, everyone has what they think is the right thing, but we tell you basing on our experience what we think you should go with. Then at the end of the day, it's for you to decide what you should go with. Then even farm consultancy is something that we are really putting emphasis on, because you can still consult with us over the phone. And when maybe we could just do a month visit at the end of it all. We don't have to be physically there, because there are things we can do over the phone. Because if you've heard, we have 4 different centers. And we're not always at these centers, but we still manage them and they're still going on very well.
Future prospects. Do we intend on expanding this or?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because if we get more bankers, people come on board, definitely. More animals, you need more grazing space. If people are banking with the pigs and the gilt banking model, we need more space still, so that means expansion.
So if a farmer is in Lira, you go to them.
Exactly.
I see. It doesn't get any easier on this farm.
Benefits of the farm banking investment model: grow your farm without land, there is ready market, the investment includes full breed, management and nutrition packages for the year, 100% farm insurance, no loss on investment, and live nanny goats and gilts with kids and piglets.
It's the expert opinion brought to you by Bukola Chemical Industries. And today we are switching it up a little bit. We'll have more of a testimonial. Agnes?
People out there into farming, especially if you're into crops and all those other things. Here we use all our chemicals we're using are from Bukola. One reason being we have tried different types, but this seems to work and it works well. Take an instance, if you want to plant maize, let's say on an acre. If you're going to employ people to dig, they'll be a bit slow and then the cost is also high. But you just need to buy 2 chemicals, mix them up together, spray, the weed is off and you're good to plant. And even the pricing is a bit low, yet the efficiency and the output will be really what you're looking at the products. The way it will come out will be the best thing that you'll ever have. Then even when you're doing your maize, it's being attacked by the earthworm, even the beans, they still have something for that. This Dudu cycle works miracles. It's like a miracle when it comes to a farmer. With different things, even their fertilizers, when it comes to weeding, if you're planting maize, you could opt to weed with the medicine instead of using what? Manual labor. So what I can tell people out there that Bukola chemicals really, really works.
So the animals, the goats, the gilts, how have the chemicals been effective?
For spraying. You know, like with the goats, it depends where you're grazing from. Ticks. And once you don't spray animals and then they get ticks, you could have a problem. They could get sick and that's like a very big issue. So you need to prevent before any other thing. So you have to spray weekly. Yes.
Do you have a history with, well, a bad history where the animals were getting sick and Bukola came through?
You see, one thing I should tell people out there that there are very many products on the market, but it depends what you're buying. You could look at the price and then the price normally is a very small margin, let's say like 2,000 and you go for that cheaper product. But that cheaper product at times turns out to be water. Like when it's working in your animals or in your garden, it's water you're actually applying instead of a chemical or a pesticide, whatever it is. So you have to be very careful what you're buying because there are very many products on the market that are being advertised. But you could just, I don't know, from my own saying and from my own experience, you could go with Bukola chemicals. Their products are genuine. When you're going to put your Chinese cabbage into a nursery bed, you use that same Bukola chemical, Dudu Cyper, to spray into that area, the soil of the nursery bed. Where we do that, prevent like the dudus, at times there are termites in that soil, so your seeds are not eaten. Even if at times we buy seeds that are treated, but we can't take chances. You first spray that place in the nursery bed, then you put your seedlings, depending, you use rows. You just put a line like this, and then like this is where you pour the seeds in the nursery bed. After the 3 weeks, this is how our Chinese cabbage looks like. So now we are going to transplant it in this place. But if you look at this area, we first applied manure. We don't put the manure there when it's hot, so it doesn't burn up the plants. So a hole is dug, and then you could use your foot as a measurement. Someone may think other people have bigger sizes than others, but equally, at least the biggest person here on the farm wears a size 10, which is still okay. So you get your Chinese cabbage, one plant per hole, and you place it inside.
Yep.
Where we don't use a very big spacing is because the Chinese cabbage grows
Up.
It doesn't grow on
Why?
the side. So it will grab it in the side, then it will form as it's going up. This can be eaten as a salad, it can be used as sauce, it can be put in burgers, you know, all those other things.
I see.
That is it. So we continue, make a hole and dig. So at times you could just use a stick. If you're doing it like in the backyard or like in the bags you saw,
Yeah.
simply use a, you don't need a hoe. The same spacing this other side, use your stick, make a hole. And then you put one.
How deep should the hole be?
So when you're looking at the hole, you look at where your emphasis should be that all the roots enter inside. So you just gauge how the plant is with your hole. So with this one I've made, you see my roots are all inside. Then you put back your soil. When you're looking at buying your seeds, when you're going to do the nursery bed, you could ideally get a packet of Chinese cabbage in the market for 4,000 shillings, then a tin at 20,000. The tin has more seeds.
Yeah.
But what the bed that comes from the tin plants a full acre, and the small packet can plant a quarter an acre. So you can do the math and see. Then what is needed to spray this Chinese cabbage? Because after 2 weeks, when it's here, we are going to apply. Still, we use Bukola chemicals. We apply the Dudu control, and that small bottle that we use to spray an acre costs only 6,000 shillings.
For an acre.
Exactly. So the input into this is not that much, the output and the yield is very big. So you could use this when you're at the farm. The target of planting vegetables at the farm is for operational costs, to reduce on the costs at the farm. Even this people can still, you know, you can still eat it and you can still sell the surplus, but our target is for sale.
Well, that's our show for today. Thank you for being with us. Don't forget to keep the comments coming in. Hashtag NTV Seeds of Gold. See you next week.
We started with 10 goats, exotic, and about 10 local goats. Today we have over 200 goats, just between 2020, early 2019, beginning 2020, into 2022.
Now we get to go and see the winnings.